Hi YouTube. So this is a haul of precisely one product, namely the palette which is called Unabashed from Tom Ford's summer collection. It is without a doubt, I think, the most expensive palette I have ever bought. It is one that I didn't intend to get at all. I saw the advertisements for it, and I have to say that the blue colour here was very off-putting for me because I thought that was something that I would never wear in a million years. I thought it was very overpriced, and I just couldn't see myself buying it. But I did read a few reviews. In particular, I read Colour Me Loud, which I'll put the link to the blog at the bottom. That's a German lady who reviews a lot of high-end products, and I really like what she reviews and how she swatches and photographs much better than anything I can produce. So I decided to have a look at it, and I was absolutely bowled over by it when I saw it on display this weekend. Now, first of all, the palette itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's very large. I knew that there was a lot of product. If I show you the palette in my hand, that kind of gives you a better idea of how ginormous it is, which may or may not be a good thing, because in terms of putting it in your handbag, it's fairly substantial. It weighs as much as some of my evening purses on their own, to be honest. It's in the white and gold. I'm generally less keen on the white than the brown casing, but I do think this just looks very sleek and beautiful. I will say that I find it quite hard to open, but when you do get it open, first of all, there's an amazing sized mirror that I'm just showing you for the size there, and this beautiful flashy gold, and then two halves to the palette, which if you read about it, you'll have read, you start off thinking, well, these down here are eye and these up here are cheek. But it's not quite as simple as that. All of these colours can be used wet or dry. The two cheek colours, you've got this beautiful, very pigmented corally pink with, I don't know if you can see, a kind of goldy sheen to it as well. It's a beautiful flush cheek colour, insanely pigmented as Tom Ford's colours are, very soft and easy to work with. The bronze is a bit dark for me to use as a bronzer, and again it's got quite a heavy golden sheen to it, very soft, but no fallout. And you can see there, it's really more like a very gold highlighter. You can wear it over the pink on the cheeks, but it wouldn't be quite right as a bronzer for me. But I've worn it today on my eyelids, and it looks absolutely fine. The eye colours, you've got a beautiful, very soft, very pigmented, but entirely matte brown, which would be too dark for me to pack on, but with a fluffy brush like my MAC 222, I wore this today over the whole eyelid, applied with a soft brush. You can see there, looks as if there's a lot of fallout, but I promise you when you put it on there isn't, and it's a very pretty matte shade. The glitter is actually my least favourite. It feels a bit gritty, but it's a very sort of champagne glitter with particles that applied as a kind of pop in the middle, not showing up brilliantly there, a little bit, works quite well. And then this blue, I got a tip from the lady at the Harvey Nichols counter where I bought it yesterday. She was wearing this palette, and her eyes were defined in the lower lash line and the upper with this blue colour, and then she wore the two browns in the socket, and she was wearing these two as the blush, and she looked really, really great. And she said, this blue is so insanely pigmented. It really is. You know, that's just with the merest touch, that you should take a really narrow brush if you want to highlight, and don't scrub it at all. Just literally tap it into the colour, and then along the lash line you can get a beautiful colour. And that's what I did today. Now it is a bit kind of 80s, going back to blue lining of the eyes, but actually I really, really liked the look on her, and I liked it on me. I've got some blue mascara that I bought last summer, actually, from the Chanel, the Butterfly collection, and haven't opened, haven't worn. I bought from that collection the Belle Auguste beautiful shimmery blue nail polish, which I have worn quite a lot, and thought, oh well, come the winter I will team that up with the blue mascara. So I'm thinking that might happen again. The blue might be too much, but I really think the kind of vivid blue teams very well with the kind of bright orange. Again, this is Holiday from last year's collection, or Lilas, just a bit softer. Obviously those are last year's Chanel, but there are lots of colours. Tom Ford himself has got a beautiful coral nail polish, which if I didn't have so many corals from Chanel I could use. I mean, just look at that blue when I kind of smooth it with my finger. It's just insane pigmentation in the light there. The other things in the collection, well, there are lip colours, there are nail polishes, all with the white rather than the brown. There's a re-promote of this product, which was called Firelust last year. I've used this a lot, and as you can see, barely made any progress with it. This is last year's. It's repackaged this year with the white top, but it's exactly the same product as last year. It is a beautiful skin illuminator to mix with your foundation to give a bit of glow, or just tapping on as an illuminator on the cheeks, although frankly with that colour over there you don't exactly need it. There are two lipsticks that I wasn't too keen on. One's gold, one's silver, which they advise you to wear over other colours to kind of give them a pearlised or kind of golden sheen. They weren't doing it for me. I think I'm going to prefer to wear bolder colours, but some people will undoubtedly like them. But it's a gorgeous collection. I have to tell you that the palette is £68, which is an insane amount of money. There's a lot of product there, but, who's going to use it all? Particularly that blue, I think it's going to last me until I'm an old age pensioner. This colour here is probably going to be more serviceable. But it is just a palette to die for. Even comes in, the gorgeous gold case. So it was my birthday, my treat to myself. Even if you're not going to buy it, do go and have a look. This is makeup almost as a work of art, and the whole concept of using the kind of blue as a liner I do think is quite interesting. And for those of us who remember the 80s first time round, it's the same kind of look, but the products, boy, they've come on since those days when we were struggling with pretty gungy Rimmel pencils that pulled our eyelids and, clumpy mascara. It's really improved since then. But interesting look. So I'm really pleased with my purchase, and I hope you've enjoyed looking at it. Bye for now.